Welcome to the first ever A&E Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything.
If you want to request a topic, send us a DM or email us at the A&E Podcast with 2 T's on Insta or Twitter.
Cool. There's the intro down. Now
Damn.
let's talk about stuff. Too easy, dude.
All right.
Joe Rogan got nothing on us, dude.
Well, what do you want to talk about then?
Oh my god. Okay, first thing, I'm fucking excited. Okay, so
Okay.
my uncle, absolute
Yeah.
G of a man.
Yeah.
He recently got like a new car for his daughter, right? And
Oh,
he
yeah.
was gonna use his one of his old ones as like a trade-in, right?
Oh, yeah.
But he remembered about like me and my mom, so
Mhm.
he asked us if we wanted it. So now I have a 7-seater, and it's beautiful.
Dude, that's badass.
I'm
That's
so happy.
I'm happy for you. That's so great.
It's such a different feeling going from, because like for people that don't know, I'm 6'3", and a very I'm not like obese, but I am a large and in charged man, right? And it, it's very nice that I can get out of my car without having to literally pull up myself, because
Yeah.
I'm like touching the floor, right? And then
Mhm.
in the one that my uncle gave me, I can just like I can sit comfy, dude. And I love
Oh,
the car that I got, right? It's really
yeah.
nice, and honestly, I kind of prefer the car just because I'm more used to it. But
Mhm.
like, oh my god, dude, I feel so much more comfortable in the other one. It's just
Oh
great.
my gosh. No, and I've been in that car. Like when we went out that day. Like
Yeah.
I I've been in it. What the fuck? It's like if like someone like glued your. It's like if someone glued your ass to the seat and you're just trying to get off without it being painful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it's a
it's also
very
like if
small car.
yeah, it's like if like for people who don't know, I'm a pretty big girl. Okay, I can take care of myself, but and I'm also pretty tall. I'm like 5'8", and like so I can't really, and I don't have arm strength. I have none. Okay, I have the flabbiest arms possible. So like, so whenever I got out of this car, it's like I felt like I was dreaming. Like like when you run when you're like running from that one evil bitch in like your nightmare and like you're just running in place. That's how I felt. I was like, how the like I can't get out of this car. Why can't I get out of this car?
Yeah, it's oh my god, it's something else. I love the car though. I love both of them now.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's it's gonna be very nice if I'm gonna like go on a like a say a long trip or something. I have that now, so I can
yeah.
feel all nice and comfy. And also, when I can get together with friends again, I
Uh huh.
can like take everyone instead of doing something that's not exactly the legalist thing to do.
Yeah,
Where
like squish.
squish or like have three in the back and one on top of everybody. So
Oh my god. No, and the thing is, like, I do that like sometimes with family. Like, if I'm going in, like, what like a road trip, like
uh-huh.
when we would be able to go on road trips.
Yeah.
Like, I would just like as a kid, I remember like squeezing into like a tiny ass car, like fucking clown, and like just going to like what's it called? Going to wherever we want to go. Like even if it's like McAllen, bro. Like I remember being young and just sitting like on the feet of like one of my cousins or something, and like just holding on to dear life and trying to gasp for air because I was just knees were in my face and I was like, ugh. But it was
Yeesh.
fun. It was
I've
fun.
never I've never been in like a situation that bad. There's been a few times where like there's two pretty large boys like including myself in the back. So it's very
Yeah.
snug. You know, I think that's like
Mhm.
the closest I've been. Or when before the pandemic, um, I went. One of my friends would take me or take us to like his ranch every once in a while,
Yeah.
and on the on the way from the like his house to like the entrance of his ranch, we'd be like super tight together, and it's not the most fun experience.
Yeah. Like, no, you know what I hate, and I think a lot of people will get this. It's like when you know you have when you're squeezing the car, it's like you have the people who are sitting just fine, which are the lucky ones, right?
Yeah.
And you have the ones that sit either on top of a person or on the bottom.
Yeah.
I've never been one to sit on top of anyone, and for two reasons.
I
One,
think go on, you go, you go.
okay, for two reasons only. One, I don't want to squish anyone, and two, I think I would squish someone because I'm so huge. So like it's it's like I've always been the one to like what's it called to be on the bottom because I can just support the person who sits on top. But
Yeah.
the thing is, it's just like what's it called? It's like sometimes I mean I don't mean this in like an offensive way or anything. To like be like oh like you're like oh whatever. I don't know. Hold on. I don't mean this to be offensive, but sometimes it it's best not to judge people for like the book of their like the fuck. I'm stuttering over my words. It's like you expect them to be lighter, and then they sit on you, and it's like what the fuck. It's not like it's just like you know what I mean. It's
I
not
know
like to
exactly what you
be
mean.
to. I'm not trying to be mean, and like I've no like if you're hearing this, and if you ever like sat on me in a car, you're not heavy. It's just I expected you to weigh like a fucking feather because I'm so huge, you know. But like I forget people weigh things, and I'm not a fucking ton, you know? So it's like,
I forget people weigh things.
yeah, like I forget people have a weight, you know, because I'm always like worried about mine. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, they should be lighter, and then they sit on me, and I'm like, oh my god, this person is a person, and they weigh a certain amount, and I'm like, I forgot people weigh, like they have a weight, so I'm just like, oh shit, and then and then I don't like being the one on the bottom because it gets all hot and shit, and it starts sweating, and it's kind of gross.
It's only not gross when you're with the boys though, because then it's just hot and steamy, and that's when stuff gets
Jesus.
nice.
Only with the boys.
Only
Only
with
with
the
the boys.
boys. I am very lucky enough to be the largest as well as the tallest person in my friend group. So whenever it comes to a point of like we need a squish, I'm normally in the passenger seat because
Yeah.
otherwise like it's like Tetris. You don't like put a square in a one block, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like,
So
what is it called? Oh, go on.
no, I was so like so I'm normally in the passenger seat just watching everyone suffer behind me.
Oh my god.
And there's been
No,
some
but
uh
yeah.
like before there was a time where I like one person was like I'm gonna sit in the front, right? I was like, okay. I sat in the back. It was the worst experience for everyone but me,
Oh my
cause
god.
like I was on the edge, right?
Yeah.
But and I might have been like, but I was still squishing people, but I was squishing them more than it would have been if the other person was like switched with them, you know? So
Yeah.
like everyone was not having a good time. they're like they're like next time you better switch and Josh better be in the front. So
No,
lucky
cause
that
like
didn't have it to happen anymore.
yeah, cause like I hate being in the back, especially as like a tall person. I hate it. And like if I'm gonna be in the back, cause I mean I don't mind it. It's just like if I'm in the back and there's like a person who needs leg space
Mhm.
in front, I need leg space as well because I'm tall.
Mhm.
Duh. And like so whenever I don't have leg space, that's when I have a problem. I'm like, bro, my knees are suffocating. Like let them breathe. And I
Yeah.
hate it so much because it's like people are on top of you, or like you take so much space, and it's like, what's it called? You take so much space, and people are like, "Oh my god, I'm squished," and I'm like, "Well, you should have me in the front. That's your fault. You're the one that, what is it? Or like that bitch is the one that called shotgun. It's their fault. So not mine."
uh,
Hmm.
we could save it for another episode, or we can also talk about the incident, quote unquote.
Oh, the incident. I can talk about it. Sure.
Well, it's your story, bro.
All right.
Go
So
for it.
let's have. All right. So moving on, we're gonna get pretty dark, which is kind of not dark, but kind of serious, which
Yeah.
is gonna be a normal thing on this podcast. We'll like go from something super, what's it called?
Uh,
Super like this is
like
like my
jokey.
Spanish for my, yeah, like for my Spanish speakers, like nada que ver, like just something totally random, and then we'll go for something like super serious, which is this incident. So I'm gonna call out a lot of people on this. Well, not a lot of people, but just like men in general. Sorry, Josh, but like
Go for it. We
you
suck.
agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this incident happened. I went to, what's it called? I went to like the laundromat because I had to wash clothes and I had to do, my normal duties that a human has to do to survive. And I went with my mom because, she needed help. So I went, washing clothes, and like these fucking jackasses, they were like, oh my god, I get so upset thinking about it. It's like, it's just normal people things to just respect others, but these jackasses were like looking at me and my mom, checking us out, and it was really like so infuriating, I guess, because it's just like I'm trying to do my laundry as you are as well, and it's just like, dude, like, why are you trying to tickle my ass while I'm trying to push it in the dryer? And the worst part about it, it was just we weren't even like wearing anything, I guess people would say, provocative. We were just like in comfy clothes, So it's like, well, what the hell? And the whole point about this thing is just like if you can't like respect women in general, like even like online and shit, like don't even bother, like like and it's so upsetting. It's just like it just shows why women, like in general, have a fear, of men in entirety, especially in public, because it's hold on, I'm busy. It's like, you know it's not that we live our life in fear. It's just we have this fear because we hear all these stories about, women getting kidnapped and, well, trigger warning, by the way, kidnapped and raped and all this stuff. And it's just like, we don't want to be another woman in the news. So we have to just, protect ourselves and ignore men and hope to God that they don't come up to us because we're ignoring them, And it's crazy. And I think we all should, respect each other, because what's it called? When I made that post on Snapchat, and if you guys have me on Snapchat, you've seen it. But I made that post about Snapchat about the incident, and some dude was just like, "Oh, not all men," and I just wanted to punch him through the fucking screen. What? Fucking noob. And he was like, "Not all men, and you just never know. You shouldn't live your life in fear and all this stuff." And jackasses like that are one's part of the problem. So, and it's pretty crazy. And he was bringing up all these things like, oh, women can do it as well, and not all guys are bad. And I'm like, it's just that I don't know that. Like, I know I have friends who are like that. Like Josh is one of them. Like, he's the one that respects people, and I can name a bunch of them, like Josh and who else? Michael and Eric and all these other people, like Oscar, like people I've been in school with, and Ivan and all these people, like people I know are good people, and it's just that, just don't be a jackass is basically what it is. And the whole thing on women being capable of doing the same thing to men, it's true. And honestly, I apologize for that because I know us women can suck as well. Because we can just do those things, and it's horrifying that anyone, like women, like any woman or any man or non-binary or anyone, any human could just do that. And I think it's horrible, you know.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
there's like there's a thing that like I also like wanted to share like my piece as like a dude, or I
Mhm.
guess like as like a non asshole dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these these people that try to use like what's it called, like deflection. They
Yeah.
they bring up like important things, but that aren't like necessary to like the discussion. You know?
Yeah.
So like you said, they say things like, well, men get sexually assaulted too, you know. Yeah, they do, but like by mostly men, like
Yeah.
84%. Like okay, here's the thing, right?
Mhm.
If you're sick of like this, that sort of narrative, you know, that
Yeah.
that people feel about men, you know, feel free to change it, but they have to get involved. You have to get involved. I'm talking to like the audience right now, right?
Yeah.
Don't make the same mistake I did for years, which was just like sitting back and being like, well, I'm not part of the problem, so I'm part of the solution. You know what I mean? Because that's not how this shit
Yeah.
works. I believe like most men are good, you know, but when like one out of 10 men are shit and the other nine do fuck all, they might as well not be there. Being good only
Exactly.
being good on the inside counts for like dick all if you do absolutely nothing about anything, you know?
Yeah.
You have to like actively do good and get involved instead of having this like idea of like I'm gonna beat up whoever like preys on a woman. Prevent one instead, because I know it could be done because I know how I failed at it. You know, like were there signs in like certain friends' behaviors over the years, like toward women, toward people? Uh, Most likely the answer is yes. Almost all the time the answer is yes. And like
Yeah.
if you don't think it affects the women in your life, it's not because it's not like happening to them. It's because they just don't trust you enough to talk about it. And
Yeah.
luckily there's people out there that have the courage to speak out, kind of like what you did, you know? Because
Mhm.
like no one deserves to go through any of that. No one deserves to be um to have such a fear in their mind when they just go to like a laundromat, you know?
Yeah.
Like that should never be the case.
Yeah.
And
And
no, yeah, you
yeah.
go,
Oh,
you go.
sorry. Go on.
No, you go.
Okay.
I'm done. I do
Okay.
like the thing where I just say the same thing over like 7 times. So I'm very happy that you stopped me, because I do that too much, dude. You go, you
Yeah,
go.
okay. All right. So, and the thing for me is like it starts with your, with the parents teaching the guys, like, and like fathers should know to know. Like, I'm saying this in general and to audience as well. Like fathers, if you're like a father listening to this, or if you're like, if you have, your homeboys or your group, and those things, and that that is not right, you can prevent that. Like
Yeah.
you said, you can prevent it. Luna's going outside. Sorry, hold on, my dog went outside.
It's okay.
Hold on, we can cut this out. Okay,
Yeah.
he's where. Okay, so where was I? Oh, yeah. So like how you said, it prevents from, you keep preventing it. You know, fathers should teach their sons not to treat women this way. To be respectful. You know, and if you have friends that are guys and they're doing these things, stop it. Even if you're a guy yourself, or whatever, you identify your gender identity. Like if that there's men out there doing these things and they're your friends and you let it happen, you're also part of the problem. You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
you know. And then, you know, and I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to confront because of my friends. It doesn't matter, you know. A real friend would tell you to stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it all starts with that, with prevention. And it's just, it's crazy that, you know, people could, you know, let people do that. And another thing I want to bring up, and it's so crazy, and, you know, like us as women, whenever we say to a man who hits on us, like, oh, um, hold on, like, oh, I have a boyfriend, you know, or oh, I'm married, you know, all these things, they they're like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, and they still continue hitting on us. But whenever it comes from the man, which I think is so dumb, it literally it gets me angry. When like it comes from the guy, like, oh, this is my girl, they're like, oh, okay, they back off because they respect the guy and they see it in a way. I think like as I for me, it's like if I'm property, like, I think that's so dumb because it's like, how can you not respect a woman when she says she's not available or she's not interested, and it leads to all these horrible things, and they get upset because they denied them or, you know, friend zone them or whatever.
Mhm.
And but when it comes from a man, it's like, oh, okay, like they just instantly shut up, and it's just like, what? Like, it's just respecting the guy because that's his girl. It's like, you know, a woman is their own person as well, or any you know, yeah, like it's just it's so crazy. And like, and what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, it's crazy. And I think we should also stop that as well, because it's like that's what leads to all these things.
Honestly, I like I've never had what's the word? Like not I guess experience of that, but how can I phrase this? It's like I don't understand like that mentality, you know, of like oh, she said she's not available. Let me just try to hit on her more, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's so bizarre to me. Like the way that I've always been is like I I genuinely or generally, right? Yeah, generally treat like everyone the same. Unless I like hate you, you know, but you should probably know if I hate you cuz it's a very big difference. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie. um and like even then I won't like treat you like horribly or anything. But anyway, that's besides the point. Like I don't
Mhm.
understand this mentality of like oh like just because it's like just because it's someone that I'm interested in, right? That
Yeah.
I'm going to like be I guess persistent and try to like keep going at it to see I guess like what happens or something like that, right? I
Mhm.
will start a conversation or a conversation is brought up, and if we seem to like mix or you seem to be interested, that's pog, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's cool. I don't treat you differently though. Most of the time, you can ask like anyone I know. You're mostly one of the guys for me. like like there's it's a very big it's a cutoff if like um what's the word? I guess if I'm like if I'm interested in you or something, right? And I could like tell that like you're interested in me or something, then there'll be like a small cutoff of like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say some dumb thing like, whoa, that's so pog, you know? Maybe I should be like, well, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's little differences, but mostly it's the same for everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Except my boys. My boys will get my dick 100% of the time, all the time. That's just I gotta throw it out there. It's, you know, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like that's the way the game is. When you're
Yeah. You and
when,
I know that. Like,
yeah,
sheesh.
when the boys roll up, pants go down. That's just how it works.
You get steamy, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh man. And like, I mean, maybe I could go on about, but like, like how you said, like people like who you hate.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Like I rarely hate people,
Yeah.
but like if I hate you, it's for a good reason, and it's because you're like the most horrible person on this planet Earth, or you hurt me in some way.
Agreed.
So like, so like, we know that one person.
Yeah.
Like it's just what like so like like if I hate you, you'll know. Like I'll literally give you the look. I'll give you the vibe. I'll send it to you telepathically. I'll be like, I hate you. Have a good day. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll be nice, but not in that way.
Yeah, I get you. Like you're not going to be purposely, I guess, like mean to the person. You're just like
Yeah,
not going to give them all of your niceness, if that makes sense.
yeah. Like I'll be nice to you. Like if I'm nice to a stranger, but
Yeah.
unless like I hate you, like hate you, I'll just think you're the scum of the earth.
For me, I don't really like hate is a strong word, and I don't hate
Yeah,
that
it
many.
is.
I don't hate really
Yeah.
like anybody, but there is people that I very much dislike.
Oh yeah.
And I'd say I'm a person that like not gets along with everyone, but like what's the word? Like I'm easy to forgive. Wait.
Oh
I wait. I forgive easy is what I am trying to say.
yeah. Yeah.
Um it doesn't take that long cuz it's like I know I'm still like a child, you know. I know
Yeah.
like shit happens, life happens. Sometimes you're still figuring yourself out, especially people like our age, you know.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck are we to make a podcast, bro? No one fucking cares. But like, you know what? We're doing it anyway. There's
Hell
people like
yeah.
there's people like half our age with TV shows. I'm not joking you. There's this
Yeah.
YouTube like personality person
There's
that
people who are like
they're like
sorry I
six.
interrupted you.
They're like
Yeah.
6 or something, and they have a TV show that was
Yeah.
originally on YouTube, and it's just like what? It's so
Yeah.
bizarre to me. That's why, at least like that's the one I guess big reason. I'm not I guess big reason, but that was at least another reason that I was like, you know, making a podcast doesn't seem like that far fetched. Like
Yeah.
Pokemon. That was a dumb joke. I'm not making that again. Um, cause like there's people like half our age that
Yeah.
like do this stuff, and like who cares? Like the people care about what they say.
Yeah. And like, oh, what's it called? No, bro. And right now, people are getting famous for the most ridiculous shit. Like, this is controversial, okay?
Uh huh.
And this is what I mean by like people who I don't necessarily like. I just
Go
have
for it.
no like feeling toward you at all. Like, you're just there.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that's kind of dehumanizing. But
Just
I'm
leave him be.
okay. Like, this is yeah. Sorry, this is kind of controversial. But like with Charlie D'Amelio, because we have TikTok.
Oh, okay.
She she's younger than me. She's younger than us. She's like
I thought she was our
16,
age.
17.
Oh my
No,
god, is
she's
she?
like
Oh
younger.
my god, she's a baby.
Bro, yeah, she's like little. So like she just dances.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
TikTok,
no
baby.
hate toward
TikTok.
her. I know, no hate toward her. Like she's getting her money.
She's getting that
She's
dough.
she's getting all that bread. Like
Yes,
she's
sir.
getting her dough, and like
Yeah.
she's doing it just by doing TikTok dances.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, fuck.
TikToks.
And
TikToks.
and I'm and I'm over here asleep in my room. like waking up at 10 o'clock to do college work.
That's just how the world works.
Yeah, and I mean it's crazy, you know.
It is quite crazy. What's also crazy, right, is you see these like other talented people. Like, uh, dude, I'm older than Billie Eilish. Like by
You
like a
are?
yeah, by like a few months. She her
She's
her
yeah,
birthday's in like December,
yeah, she's
and
older than me, and
it's
oh
like
fuck,
it's really crazy because like gosh dang, dude, that's
I know.
it's crazy. It's also crazy because like TikTok's one of the, I guess like a platform, that not I guess it's a platform, but it's one of those platforms where it's kind of like it's like like another Vine type of deal
Hmm.
where it's like you can do little skits and you can do all this sort of stuff, and I've seen a lot of people grow because of like their comedy and whatever, right? The
Yeah.
one thing that I made a few like dumb little TikToks, right? And some of them like blew up a little bit. Some of them didn't do too well. But all the ones that I posted, I genuinely like to laugh at myself because I think they're kind of funny, or they're just
Yeah.
dumb little things that maybe not make me like laugh super hard, but it's like that was so dumb. But like I liked it anyway, right? And
Hmm.
it's like the one thing that I see a lot of these like creators do is they do one thing for like a big part of like their, I guess, a big part of like I guess their career on TikTok, and then
Hmm.
after they get burned out of that, they switch to like doing other stuff, you know? And a lot of people don't like that because they're following this person for that same type of content. And that's why I really appreciate some of the other creators that they they posted like a few things every once in a while, and then they'll have like other skits, and it's just all variety. Like you don't normally get the same thing a lot of the times, you know? And
Yeah.
I like those people more because it's just like they're making something out of it other than just doing the same thing the whole time. No hate to
Yeah.
anybody else. That's just not my thing, you know?
Yeah. And
Um, there you go.
like me, I like when they have like diversity in their thing,
Yeah,
like when like the things they do, you know,
yeah,
and it's just cool to see them do different things and all this stuff, and then all these people like start hitting on them. They're like, you're supposed to do this, you know, like, oh, this person's doing that, you're copying them, and it's like, no, it's just they can do their own thing, and if they want to do all those things at the same time, and they can.
yeah.
And what is it? Like me, I like to follow like small businesses. I mean, I can't
Hmm.
contribute and buy things now, right? But I can like share and like their stuff
Oh yeah.
and all that stuff. And like, yeah.
I have like a small portion of my followers on like Instagram, like or like the people that I'm following rather, that it's just like some of the small businesses that have like happened around our area, and
Oh, really?
yeah, it's like what's the word? Like I'll see someone like post something about it, and I'll be like, oh, that's this person's little thing. Like, cool, follow. I can't buy anything, or I'm not even interested in some of the stuff because a lot of it is like earrings and stuff. I don't got piercings, so I'm just like, well, just do a little follow. Cause like even the follower count, like on literally every platform, tells the platform that this person should be exposed more.
Oh, yeah.
So like if you're even if you post once in a while, if you have like a bunch of followers, it'll be like it'll like notify people sometimes like, oh, this person posted after a long period of time, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be something like that. You don't even need to have like a real big amount of followers either, you know? It's just like it's just like if you see this person gets enough like activity, then like for instance like Instagram, right? I don't even remember who posted, but someone had posted after like a year or something, and it was
Oh.
like, oh, this person has finally posted something after like a year, and I was like, cool. And then I went and I liked their post and I left, because it's like it's all like analytics and stuff, you know, like
Yeah.
a like, a share, anything like that. It like boosts it up. That's why you hear
Yeah.
so many YouTubers like uh, like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, whatever.
Oh
It's
my
all
god.
it's all because of like analytics and stuff. And it's not
Yeah.
even mostly most of the time, right? Especially for like the bigger creators, right? It's not even to
Mhm.
grow their channel. It's just so the channel comes up in feeds. Cuz like a lot of the
Oh yeah.
times if it's not like if their channel isn't getting activity, like simple, like a like button, a comment, and especially subscribers, if they're not getting those, they then it's not put into like the for you page of YouTube. What's it called? Recommended. I'm dumb. I've been using TikTok too much, dude. Oh my god, I hate myself. Anyway, so it's really crazy on like how in depth these like analytics go for all that sort of stuff. It's wild.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, cause like it happens to a lot of people, but like algorithms and all these things, and
Oh yeah.
like when like you're talking about something and you're not even on the app, like it's happened to me a bunch of times. Like you like look up something on like a certain like browsing engine or whatever, and like it just pops up everywhere, like on all your apps. That's crazy.
Well, that's because of cookies. I don't know if you know what
Oh,
cookies are. Do you know what
oh
cookies
no,
are?
yes, but not like a lot.
Okay, well, essentially, like what cookies do is, so say you have it installed, or not installed, you have it like the option on say like your search browser. So like I use Microsoft Edge because that's also connected with like the Samsung internet thing that I use.
Mhm.
Um, and so um what's the word? So say and I have cookies installed on both of them because normally when I look up a product, it's because I need this product. So like,
Yeah.
give me more of said product. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to look for more prices. So uh, so say I look up fucking like lawnmowers or something, right? And now my
Yeah.
YouTube on my phone is filled with lawnmower ads. Beautiful, because I want lawnmowers. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, but sometimes I'm dumb because like when I have them installed and I'm good, right? And
Okay.
sometimes I'll look up like random things.
Oh
Like
Lord.
I'll look up um
Huh?
like whenever we were talking about starting this, I was like, well, kind of want to look for a mic because maybe eventually we could just sit down somewhere and do them together and all that stuff. And I
Mm-hmm.
looked up for mics and just a bunch of things came out. And then I remember one time, not, I didn't even search it. I think I searched it afterwards. I was talking about frogs because fun fact, I do not like them.
Yeah, I know. You got mad. I tweeted something like last year about like like a frog being in like a little flower pot, and you
Yeah,
grossed the fuck out.
yeah. I'm severely scared of them and they freak me out.
They're cute though.
So I mean, no, like I think I was talking about it. So yeah, going back to the story, I was talking about it, and I don't want to talk about frogs anymore. But 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 I was talking about how frogs were like really weird with my sister, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "But they're so cute. They have little hats." And I was like, "I don't give a damn if they have a hat. I don't care if they're wearing a top hat or a strawberry. No,
What about animated frogs?
okay, those are different.
Okay. I was just
Though,
curious
like,
because the Princess and the Frog is fucking beautiful, And
Oh, I love that movie.
and bitch, if you have not seen it, right? I was about to flip out because it's amazing.
No, I've seen it.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, that's my one of my favorites.
Yeah, it is so
But
good. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
but
I just
so
had
she
to.
was saying, yeah, I know it's fine. But she was saying like, but they're so cute. They have little hats and all these things. And I'm like, no, they're not. They're like fucking demons of anarchy, or I don't know what the fuck. Like they're gonna come out and get me, and I don't know what. And then I went on like YouTube or something, and all these ads of like frog plushies and all these things fucking came out, and I was like, you know what? I'm done for today.
That's amazing.
And you know, I want to get into that on why I'm afraid of frogs. It it's silly. It's kind of silly, but it's like no. And okay, I'll explain why. So
Okay.
I've told you about it, I think, but it's cause uh okay. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks. Anyway, so I was like I don't know, like maybe 7.
Okay.
I used to love frogs. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I used to love them. I would when I lived in like my old house, me and my brother would try to catch like itty bitty baby ones because
Mhm.
there's like some that grow really super small, like the size of the tip of your pinky, like
Mhm.
that small. So we would catch them in like a metal lunchbox. We would poke holes. It was fine. It was old, but we would catch them in there. And then one day, I was laying down on my driveway, and I was chilling in like my shirt and shorts, and my brother was riding his bike. And you know, out of the blue, just a big fucking frog. I think it was like a toad or some shit. Jumped on my stomach, and like it peed. And you know, as like a 7-year old, a little kid, it was terrifying. It was like a fat fucking frog or toad, whatever. It was peeing on my favorite shirt. And then I just jumped off, and I got up and I just screamed my ass off. And yeah, I've never liked frogs ever again.
So, so if you were, quick question. First off, I didn't remember it until you said it landed on your stomach, and then I remembered. Um,
Yeah.
Second, so what if you were, what if you're chilling out, one of your parents come home and you're like, check out this new puppy we got. You pick it up, it pees on you. Are you now afraid of dogs?
No, it's different because I've had dogs before and they've peed. I'm used to it.
But you were playing with frogs.
No, I wasn't playing with frogs this time. I was violated.
Okay, well, I guess that is, I guess something that happened. But, right, I'm saying you had played with frogs. So,
Yeah,
like, you had experience with frogs. And it
yeah,
landed
but
on
they
your, when it landed on your stomach, were you like, oh, cool, a frog, and then peed on you and you're freaked out? Or you landed on your stomach and you're freaked out, you're like, oh my god, it's a frog, it's going to eat me, and then it peed on you?
no, like I didn't even realize it was on me until it peed on me. Uh
That's
huh.
so bizarre.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize it because I was just chilling, looking up at the clouds, and it was like the sun was setting, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, like badass." And then all of a sudden, I'm interrupted by a big ass weight on my stomach, and I thought I was getting a stomach ache because of the pressure,
Uh-huh.
but it was just a fucking
Just a
fat frog.
fat frog.
Yeah, and that peed on me, and then and then after that, my dad would try to like get me to like frogs again, and like there was like these we had a bunch of them for some reason around the house.
Mm-hmm.
So like he would bring one in like a couple every like month, I guess, and I would literally go nuts. Like my dad would be like, look, Natalie, it's a frog. And I start laughing nervously, like so bad. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, the way I laugh nervously in like situations, like super bad. And I'm like, oh my God, get it away. And my dad was like, no, look, look, it sings, it sings. And it started like screeching. And I was laughing, like trying to like please my dad. Like, I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then when he left, he's like, yeah, I know. And he's like, you want to touch it? And I was like, no. And then he's like, okay, that's fine. It's just, I just wanted to show it to you. It's super cool. And I'm like, okay, dad. And he leaves my room, and then I start crying because
Oh
I
my
saw a frog.
god.
Like, and I had never heard a screeching frog, like, ever, but it wasn't like the screeching frogs, like, you see on internet. It was kind of nice. Like, it sounded like it was singing,
Uh-huh.
but I couldn't comprehend that a frog could sing, and it was a frog. Like, frogs are evil. So my brain was like, no. So so it was just like, yeah, no, no frog, and I started crying. I had a breakdown.
Oh my god.
So
That's
like now whenever I see frogs like on TikTok, like I can watch it. It's just I get like a chill, and
just
I
you
scroll
click on it,
past.
not interested, and then you keep scrolling.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I've done it. Like if it's too much, like if the frogs like what triggers me, I guess, is like when the frogs like just fucking humongous,
Uh-huh.
and it's like and it's eating. Like that triggers me. I'm like, oh god, and I just press no. Like like if frogs eating just makes me cringe, and it gives me a chill, and it makes me sweat. Like it's like no, like
That's
ugh.
so interesting. And all this started because some fat toad just peed on you.
Yeah, because
That's
his eyes were massive, dude. Like his eyes were fucking massive, and I was like scared. Like like what's it called? I felt like that girl named Beverly in Pennywise when she started floating, because Pennywise was like doing that light shit on her, and she just started floating in midair. I feel like that with a fucking frog or toad or whatever. Like just like its beady eyes looking at me. Like his eyes were like goat's eyes, I guess, because some
Uh-huh.
frogs are like that, just staring at me. And I thought it was gonna eat me. Yeah. So I was like, no.
You want to hear a cute, wholesome uh child Josh moment?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So, I have to warn you, this has a little bit to do with frogs.
Okay.
So,
I'll hold on.
when uh before I moved uh like here, right?
Mhm.
Uh I was in I was in like Edinburgh, right?
Oh, okay.
And uh it was me, my mom, my dad, and my step siblings or my half siblings.
Mhm.
And um every once in a while at night, specifically like obviously like after it would rain really hard, there'd be frogs out in front, right? And there'd be a
Yeah.
bunch of moths and mosquitoes like circling the light, and there'd be, I'm not joking, maybe like 10 frogs just on the porch, right?
Oh.
Just 10 little small frogs. Like you could probably fit like 5 of them in your palm. They were so small,
Oh.
right?
Oh, the little ones. Oh, those are okay.
And like all the time I constantly like go and I check the window because we had like a little side window next to the door. So I check
Mhm.
the window to see if first I check if like the flies were there because I could see that better, and then I'd go and like tiptoe, or I'd get like a little stool. This is little me, right? And
Mhm.
I'd get like a little stool so I could like get up so I could see the floor better to see if there are any frogs. And if there were frogs, I'd just go and I'd sit outside and just watch them, right?
Mhm.
And one time my dad came home from work and he saw me just sitting in like basically like what looked to be like the middle of the night under a like a single light in the doorway, and
Yeah.
he asked me like, what are you doing outside? And I was like, I'm watching frogs eat, right? And he just came out of work, he's still in like his suit, and he goes and he sits down next to me, and he's like, he asked me like if he could join me. He goes and he sits down next to me, and then we're just watching frogs eat, and he's like, he looks at me, he's like, you want to grab one? And I was like, what do you mean? I don't want what? And he's like, I don't want to disturb him. And he's like, no, 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 watch this. And he gets his palm out, and he like booped the frog like in the back, and he just
Yeah.
walked on my dad's hand, and then he lifted the frog up, and the frog, dude, he went to town eating stuff, dude. It was like just constant like, you know, and I was like, oh my god, you're helping him eat, and he's like, yeah, you want to grab one? Do what I did, do what I did, and I put my hand down, and one gets on it. It's like my whole hand because I'm small,
Yeah.
and uh, and I stand up and I lift it up like fucking I forgot his name from the Lion King when he lifts him up, right?
Simba?
Yeah, like Simba. And I have two hands grasping him to make sure I don't let him fall. Like I'm cupping my hand, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just at my core, just trying to like lift up as much as I can. And he's going to town. And there was like a distinct mark on that frog, right? He had
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was, but he had like this certain like dot that none of the rest had. And I was
Mhm.
really into Ninja Turtles, so I called that one Leo.
Oh, that's cool.
And then so every night I'd go out and I'd look specifically for Leo, and then I'd feed him. Like I'd pick him up and I'd do that. And then
Aw.
uh oh, and then like we ended up like moving, right? And
Mhm.
that was the end of that.
Aw.
There's a
Yeah,
little wholesome Josh story with frogs.
that's so wholesome. What the hell?
I was
Frogs are still ugly though. Oh, Jesus. And I also think what stirred it up the most was, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Ant Bully. It's like this little
Yes,
kid,
I
and
have seen the
yes,
Ant
okay.
Bully.
So I don't know if you remember that scene where he's with the ants now, right? But they get eaten by the fucking frog.
No,
No, you don't
no.
remember that?
I was about to
Okay,
ask
so
you like when did a frog come into play? I don't remember that.
yeah, so like he was like in the grass or whatever, and like the frog was massive, like entirely massive, because he's tiny,
Oh,
and
yeah, I just looked it up. I saw. Yeah. Oh my
ugh,
god, dude.
ugh, that's what stirred it up the most, because he's just, oh no, I'm getting chilled.
Okay, real quick, I kind of want to send this to you, but I'm gonna let you know what it is before, right?
Okay,
So
what
I
is it?
looked up Ant Bully frog scene, and
No.
one of the pictures, you know those it's like these website games, and you do like dental work on like Elsa or something, from like
Oh no,
Frozen.
no,
Okay, it's that, but is the frog from Ant Bully,
no way.
and it has all of the characters that were eaten inside it.
Yeah,
And you're trying to
yeah,
extract them. Do you want me to
yeah.
send the picture?
Sure. Oh my god, this
It's
is gonna be a good
so
reaction.
it's so dumb.
Oh my god.
It's so dumb.
Oh. Oh, I'm triggered. Ew. Ew.
I'll go ahead and delete that. It's
Why
like
is it? Oh, the acid from like the bubbles. Why is? Oh.
it's so
Why is his
weird.
rib cage like that? Like, why does he only have 3 ribs?
I don't know. I don't even
What the?
remember. I don't even remember. Fucking bio, dude. I don't know how many they got.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Like, I remember people asking me, like in middle school, because I would tell them I don't like frogs, and they're like, well, how the hell did you do the frog? What's it called?
The dissection.
Yeah, how did you do that? And they would ask me, and they're like, Natalie, then how are you gonna do the dissection? I'm like, well, I know it's dead, so like,
How did you
I'm gonna
do?
be fine.
Actually, like, did you freak out?
I At first, I was like, I guess like my inner conscience was telling me like do not fucking touch it because what if it comes out and it's like alive and it just bites your nose off, like literally. I was like and like I was literally freaking out. I was like, what if it just like turns alive? So I made sure that it was dead by like like literally.
You like murder stab it like 50 times, making sure.
No, like obviously I couldn't because then I'd mess up the organs,
Well,
right? So like you
yeah,
know how you have to like you know how you have to like pin it down by like the mouth?
yeah.
I made sure it went all the way through,
Dang.
which is very dark, but it's like I was like, please be dead, and I was like I had to push it all the way, right,
Uh
to get
huh.
it to stick. And then when it didn't move, I burped a little. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
When it when it didn't move, I was like, oh. And then I realized like I'm just gonna it's just a dissection, and I just chilled out, and then whatever.
Okay.
But then I think, but then it got made me feel even more sick afterwards because someone told me, I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been Alexia who was bass clarinet in high school with us
Yeah.
because we were friends. We were pretty close. We were in a friend group at the time. She came up to me and because you have to cut open the stomach to see what's inside
Uh huh.
and like there's any food or anything. And she was like, dude, there was like a bug in there or I don't know what, and it looked like barbacoa. And I was like, okay, I'm done.
Oh,
So
did
so
that
so
ruin?
now,
Did that ruin that for you for a little bit?
yeah, I did.
Oh my god.
I think it still did. Like I can eat barbacoa, but I can't eat too much because then I'll end up gagging, and I think it's because of that.
That's really funny. Like,
Yeah, and
no, no offense to you, but that's super funny.
yeah, she was like, oh, we opened the stomach and it looked like barbacoa, and I was like, ugh.
Oh my
And
god, dude.
we were super grossed out, and I was like, yeah, it's over. Like, I'm not gonna eat barbacoa for a year. Like,
Dude,
but I
I don't
mean, it
even.
didn't ruin it for me because it was super good. It's super good, but
Super good.
I don't eat it as much.
I don't even remember the last time I've had babacoa. Like
It's my
it's been
dad makes
so
it.
long.
My dad makes some, and I think the last time I had it was at his house. But
Nice.
I only ate like two. I only ate one taco. I could eat it good. It's not
Mhm.
that it wasn't bad. It was super good. It's just I don't know what it was. Eventually I just started not liking it as much as I used to.
Well, obviously, because
And
you think of it as the frog incident.
yeah, I would eat it all the time as well. So it's like eventually it gets old. But like
Mhm.
um but I think I got to like a greasy part. I don't know what it was. And then I just started I literally had to force it down cuz I didn't want to like insult my dad. Like it was good. It was super good,
Uh huh.
but I just couldn't cuz all the thoughts came back, bro. Like I was like, "Oh my god," and I just like finished it.
Do you have those moments? So, like, if you're say you're eating something, and then all of a sudden your mind jumps to like something else, right? Something
Oh yeah.
like, oh, it looks like this. Does it just ruin it for you?
Oh, I think it has a couple times. Or sometimes I'm like, well, I think it happened to me I think a couple of times. It's not like all the time.
Mhm.
Like cuz me, I'm like I love food anyway.
Oh, heck
So
yeah.
like I'll eat anything. So but like if someone tells me like what's it called? Like that's how people feel with like menudo, cuz like menudo's like it's like the stomach lining. If you didn't know this,
Yeah.
it's the stomach lining of the of the cow stomach. So like and it's super good, you know? Like if people didn't tell me what that was, I'd still eat it. But if somebody told me, "Oh, it's a stomach lining," I'd be like, "Who gives a shit? It's fucking good."
Yeah.
And
I,
like, if someone told me it looked like a food or like an egg roll looked like a cockroach, I'd be like, you know what? It's a it's a good ass egg roll. So.
I'd be kind of. I don't know how I'd feel about that. because like I hate cockroaches. Like bugs are like my number one enemy, right?
Oh, cockroaches suck. Like I
Yeah,
hate them. But
so
like if it
gross.
not that like if it was like a cockroach egg roll, I'd be like, okay, you know. But like if I'm like
I don't know
halfway
if I could
eating
do
the egg
that.
roll and they tell me it kind of looks like a cockroach, I'd be like, no, because like I've looked into the egg, like I inspect my food. So like
Yeah,
if I looked hard enough while eating, because I look at my food while I'm eating it, and I know it's just as simple as egg roll, then I wouldn't be phased
yeah,
unless like I didn't know, and I'd be like, oh shit. Then I'd be like, and I'd like throw it away.
mhm.
But yeah, cockroaches fucking suck.
It's one of those things where like I definitely agree with you because I feel like if I was eating something
Yeah,
and then I feel like the best way to get me to like eat new things like stuff like that would be let me eat it for a while and then tell me what it is because
yeah,
if I like it then I will get over like what the thing is, you know? Because if
yeah,
exactly like your example, like say I'm destroying this egg roll, right?
yeah,
Absolutely eviscerating it, and then someone's like was like, "Oh, do you like the cockroach egg roll that we made?" It's and I'd be like, "Excuse me." He's like, "Yeah, there's cockroach in there." I'd be like, "Okay," and then I eat more, you know,
yeah,
because like I find it really weird. I mean, maybe it's like different in my head than what I'd actually feel, right? But whenever
yeah,
I see movies where it's like oh man, this is so like this is so good. What is this? Oh, it's goat balls. I'd be like, damn, I must be gay then, and I slurp something more, you know. But like, I don't know. It's really, but like with the movies, they just throw up all the time. I don't know. It's weird.
yeah. No, dude, that reminds me of that one scene from that one movie, The Help, which is one of my favorite movies ever.
I feel like
And where I think you've heard of this scene. I think most people know this scene, but um, it's like when uh, I think like segregation and shit, and
yes,
so it's
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So the one of the workers went back to like apologize, like quotation marks,
Oh,
to
it's
this white bitch.
the cake, right?
There's a pie.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I remember
when
that.
I was like, that was the most badass shit ever. Like
Facts.
pun intended. Sorry, I had to cough real quick. But no, and like it's so funny, bro, cause like the fucking racist bitch went for a second slice.
It's so for people that don't know, right? So the help it's this movie, right? And it's
Yeah.
I don't remember when it's taken place, but it's this it's like two like black women as like how was it like maids, right? During
Yeah.
like the 60s, and you know there's you know slavery and stuff, right? And
No, I think it was they were free, but they had segregation still.
you're no, yeah, you're right. And like so it was very clear, you know, like because of oh my god, because like back then, uh, you know, like it was quote unquote like everyone's equal, but like the segregation laws, I forgot what they're called.
Yeah. Jim
Um,
Crow.
yeah, the Jim Crow laws where it's like, fucking yeah, you get a restroom too, but it's like out in the back in the boonies, you know.
Yeah.
It's like that sort of shit, and um, this
And like the oh sorry.
no, you go, you go.
Okay. And like the help, it's about what mainly takes place on these two well the help they all they did would do was literally go to a white woman's house or a white household, and they would just clean everything,
I
and
think there
they
were
would take care of their children.
yeah, there were maids, weren't they? There were
Yes, in a way. And they would get paid like very little, so they were just working and working for their lives, you know. And like it was based on these two ladies because there was this girl, I forgot her name, but she was gonna write she was gonna write a book, I think, or something like that. And she wanted to write about, you know, their stories as, you know, the help, as people who has people, you know, working in those houses. And you know, and she went and asked them, and that's what it's mainly about. And it's all their stories, and it's such a good movie. And if you haven't seen it, you should, because it's, I think everyone should see it. It's really educational.
It's also just a good ass movie.
Yeah. uh who are the two people that star in it? They're my favorite actresses, but I always forget their damn names, bro. Always. And it's so hard. But it's the girl from what's her, what's the movie? It's the girl from Ma. Let me look it up. Hold on.
Uh, Octavia Spencer
Yeah,
and
Octavia Spencer and
Viola Davis.
yes, Octavia Spencer and Viola Davis. They're one of my favorite actresses, and especially in that movie and together, because like they did such a good job. And I think it was Viola Davis. She was the one that took care of that little girl, and um and it was awesome.
We didn't even say the scene. The scene is right.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so like it's like toward the end of the movie, and they're about to leave, or they're doing like full time the book now, so they're able to quit their jobs as maids, and
Mhm.
uh, and she goes to like the person that she's helping, right? The
Mhm.
main white lady, that was a horrible person, just absolute worst piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
And she she's known for like her sweets and stuff. Not the white lady, Octavia, right?
Yeah.
She's known for like her cakes and her pies and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So she
Her
makes
character's Minnie, I think.
I got no idea.
Oh,
Um,
oh yeah, yeah. Her name is Minnie in the movie.
cool. So
Yeah.
she makes a pie, uh, a chocolate pie for like the white lady,
Mhm.
and she's eating it, and she's like, "Oh my god, this is so good!" And uh, you see Minnie have like a smirk, right? And then
Yeah.
she goes for another piece, and then she says like that she's eating her shit, like her literal shit, and
And
then
I dude, it's
she's
so funny, bro.
it's so good, dude. It's such a good payoff moment. It-
Mhm.
Also, this movie came out in like 2010 or something. So, like I don't know if you haven't seen it and we kind of spoiled it for you. Oopsies.
Yeah.
I feel
We
like
should
it's
have put a warning.
probably. I'll in post. I'll just have a very loud spoiler.
No, but like, yeah, and I think that was so awesome. And I remember because she was like confessing. She's like, "Oh, I have to tell you guys about what I did to what's her name, Miss Hilly, I think." And they were like, "Well, what the hell did you do?" And then she starts explaining what she did to her, and I thought that was so clever. And the
So
best
good.
part was the mom of the white girl was dying
Yeah,
because
she
the
thought it
mom was
was
the best.
so funny.
You didn't just eat one; you ate two slices.
And it's so great because like uh the child could tell like her mom was treating them like very poorly. So
Oh yeah.
it's such a great moment of like the child understands that what she was doing was wrong, but she didn't have any say so because she's a child, right?
Yeah.
But she just laughs at her mom because it's like mega karma.
Yeah.
It's great.
No, I think it was the other way around. I
Was
think.
it?
Yeah, cause the child that was the girl that ate the cake. Cause I remember, cause the mom was the one laughing at the girl, cause the girl was a fucking bitch, bro.
Am I dumb? I don't. I guess I just don't remember. I gotta watch the movie again. I'm gonna watch the movie right after this.
Yeah, the mom. Yeah, the mom was really nice to Minnie. She was to Octavia in the movie. Like she was super nice. So I liked her. And then the bad thing is the white bitch. I think Bryce. I think Dallas. I don't know. I forgot her name. Something Dallas.
I know there was like a white adult lady that was a horrible piece of shit that like ate the cake. Right? Hello? Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Where did I leave off?
Um I don't even remember. I had asked you that I could have sworn there was like a white adult lady that was like a real piece of shit that ate the cake as well.
No, it was just that one.
It was just the
That one
kid?
girl. Yeah, it was just. Wait, what are you talking about?
What are
Like the
you
little girl?
What?
What? No. Okay. So there was this white girl, and she was. Her name's Hilly. That's the one that ate the pie.
Okay.
And the one that laughed at her was her mom. The little girl was taken care by Viola Davis's character. She's like tiny. She's like baby.
Okay. Um
So it was.
I'm looking up the scene right now cuz I'm like remembering this super wrong.
It's super funny, bro. Like she goes to the house and she brings the pie
Yeah,
as like an apology.
the mom's eating the cake.
No,
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The mom is eating the cake.
no, that's not the mom, bro.
Is it not? So
No,
it's
the
just
mom's the one in the glasses.
Oh. You were saying little girl. I thought there was a child.
No, it's because I meant little girl as in the little girl that Viola Davis's character takes care of because Viola Davis's character also takes care of also is also a help, like she takes care
Mhm.
of a house because this lady like is working or whatever, I don't know what. So she
Yeah.
takes care of her baby. That's the one I was talking about.
Okay. And also it's like I don't know who this is, but like the grandma or something. That
Yeah.
that's like you ate two slices.
Yeah.
What a
That
good
that
just a good movie.
it's just a good movie and it's so wholesome. Well, not wholesome, but
Not
it gets
nec
wholesome in the end.
Yeah, there's some wholesome parts
Yes.
and it was good.
It's really educational, I think. And I like it. Okay. So, thank you for listening to our first ever podcast where we talk about anything, everything.
If you want to request a topic, send us a DM or email us at the A&E Podcast with two T's on Insta or Twitter.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.